Hi guys, this is a video I wouldn't have thought to make, but I thought it was necessary as I feel this is important to me. 2 months ago specifically, there was a drama on Twitter, which I felt it was pretty ill handled by one side specifically. And I thought to, I guess, make a video about that, because this type of thing is not okay to make, and I wanted to give, I guess, the context of everything here, and again at the end explain, I guess, what you should do in this type of drama. This is not a hit piece of any kind against these people. I'm not trying to get brownie points of being a good guy. This is just explaining context, and then, yeah. I don't care what happens to these people after I release this video. You can do what you want. Well, not everything, because I'm not supporting death threats or any of that. I'm just saying you can have your opinion about these people. Speaking of being a quote-unquote good guy, I'll say this here before it gets said. I'm also not an innocent person in this drama, as at a certain point I began to troll the people, well, specifically one person, well, two people, on Twitter. My reasons why was because it was very ridiculous to me, the drama, and the people involved handling it. Looking back, it was funny at the time, however, it has not helped me with my case, and I do wish to I wish I kept my seriousness. I would say I was not the first to be hostile to them. I'll explain, of course, everything here. I'm betting that the people I'll mention, Ray, Alice, and Zane, will not be watching this, as they have stated they would not want to engage anymore with me. But maybe their friends will watch this. Maybe they will be the whistleblowers. So I'll have to see. I'll say, I have my reasons of defending these people. I do know what they have done. Ryan specifically, which I know. So the holding group themselves, most of the people there, I also know. And I don't agree with everything they have done, but I do feel it's very unfair, as the argument was one-sided. These people didn't get their voice, as most of them don't have Twitter, and most I have was just dogpiled. I don't defend without a reason on why, and this is my why. I'll also state that I am not associated with them or know them personally. I've only met most of the people once, so there's no bias or anything like that. That, like, they're my friends, I should defend them because they're my friend. No, I do not know them any personally, and also the people that with them, the other people I also don't know, perhaps of one, well, two, and one of them was more of a mutual than a friend. And I'll start this now. Rayway. On 11th of March, they made a thread about Ryan and also Ryan's friends, which you can read on their Twitter still. Most of everything about the drama is on Twitter, so if you want to check that out, you can. My account is still, well, yeah, of course, still up as the others, so you can check. In my opinion, I think the thread is pretty crap. Not enough context given, and cutting stuff to look bad on the surface. The images don't explain much of anything or don't mention the thing it was supposed to have. And I have asked for more context, which isn't a bad thing to do. It's not a bad thing in this type of thing to not believe or be skeptical of this type of thing. But what I got was going around what I asked and saying, "Oh, there is enough." Well, I don't think so. That's why I asked. And criticizing me for asking. I just want more context. It's apparently very hard to give. This goes to other threads as well. I'll not go in depth about those as they're pretty similar, and for those I didn't really engage. Now with the NSFW stuff, I have a lot to say. I don't think Ryan is guilty as of now. If there's more evidence, then I will think differently. Of course, I do know what Ryan did 4 years ago, about 4 years ago. Watching child porn is a monstrous thing to do and watch. And I don't know how a person is willing to watch that. I don't know. However, after 2022, so 4 years later, he has tried bettering himself on that, which I believe. From what I know, he hasn't done anything like that since. And that's really good. I like personally, the point of no return is when these people actually engage in those actions of trying to harming someone, especially a minor. They have done said thing. I don't think they're forgivable, even after getting help. So don't be surprised if the person gets killed or something, because they did that. And Ryan hasn't done that, and he hasn't done anything after 2022, to my knowledge. I could be wrong. And that really shows. And I am very happy that he's gotten help. He realized this is fucked up. I shouldn't be doing this. I need help, and he has gotten that, and that's good. I sound like repeating myself, I think, but you know what I mean. He hasn't let his urges take him over, and he's actually gotten help. But of course, people constantly bring it up and up again, like now, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help in the self-improvement of the person. Now, the NSFW images in question is of Teto, and two characters from the Owl House, from what I know. Like, Ryan didn't know the ages of the characters, and I do believe him in that. Teto in the image doesn't have any childlike features in the image, and the Owl House images, while yes, they are still bad, he didn't know the ages, and also with those two images, these are the only instances of him sending lolly content. Those are only two images. There's nothing else. And I don't believe that he is a predator, as there's nothing else to prove that he is. The only things is two images, which he didn't know the ages of the characters, and there's nothing else. If there were more images of characters underaged, then I would believe it. But as of now, there's nothing more, so yeah, that's my opinion. You can have yours. Ray has also been okay with this NSFW stuff, and still was until, from what I know, they had a falling out. And Ray decided to publicly upload all of this out of spite, what looks like it, pity points, or attention seeking to me. They can't take it seriously me as well, when this is what they end the thread with, some stupid DeviantArt image, and can't have the time to make a proper thread, or I don't know, call the authorities, especially 4 years back. I do understand if you don't have the person's information, full name, address, or police aren't willing to help, but at least say you tried. After the thread on March 14th, they made this post, which infuriated me very much. This post I'll go over. First thing is this image, and it's his alt account, which Railway censored so nobody hunts these accounts. Even though I have found the account. Oh, why did you hunt for it? It's literally in the image. Good job at covering it up. Basically, the account is a Temi NSFW account, and there isn't much of what Railway is claiming here. Only thing I can see plausible is deletion stuff, but that's it, and also that you can take with a grain of salt. With Temi, the evidence is really stupid. There is no confirmation by Toby Fox that Temi is a minor, and the evidence and the thing that Ray brings up with the t-shirt pattern matching the kids, I think is stupid and bullshit. It's just a design choice, nothing more. If I were to design these characters myself, I would also add some more detail, because like a blank t-shirt looks ass. So there's nothing. It's a nothing burger. Temi is also Temi is also not portrayed as a child. Temi is a monster, or whatever Temi is. If this was Frisk, for an instance, then yeah, I would say that's really fucked up and suspicious. Last image in this thing is a sex toy, which again, you both are okay with this. You're also both adults. You were okay with this until the falling out. To me, I don't really give a fuck about the sex toy. Like it's not like it's real. It's more like goon degeneracy than anything else. I don't really care for that. Second image is what I basically said, but with the Tetsuo and Our House images, but with more context. And the third image, explaining Ray made sure they were adults, which I don't really care also, cause you're both porn addicts, and I should know myself. Like, you're both goon to this type of shit, so you're both not equally good. I guess good for you to make sure they were adults. Hooray. And the last image really makes me angry, as it states to discredit the thread. So, you're just admitting this in a tweet barely anyone saw, or cared for that matter. Admitting you did no effort to be honest about this, and that just really shows with how the thread was done, how you weren't willing to give more info. Yeah, that doesn't make you good. And that's where I end this section. Zane has been after Ryan for a while after 2022, which is something. I understand a year, but almost 4 years, maybe let it go. When I made this comment, he came in defending Ray and Alice. I'll talk about Alice later. Zane basically explains that it isn't cloud chasing. Well, if it isn't, then why is the thread built like this? Like I explained earlier. And knowing the context, I feel this is a pity party. You're just going along with it because it fits your narrative. And you going after Ryan for 4 years at this point, it isn't surprising. Only things I believe is the stuff with Luke Ryan and some other bits, which I do feel with the Luke Ryan stuff, they can have their opinions about these people, and also with the Tally Flynn. I don't really give a fuck if they don't like Luke Ryan or the Tally Flynn. They have their opinions. Don't think they should be canceled for that. But I do feel they do need to chill the fuck out, because I don't think this is healthy, but also this is also private stuff. I also make pretty similar jokes about certain people, but I do think they do need to calm down. Also, I want to add to your, mutual friend, I would say, LJ Productions, which, from what I learned in this drama, has a past of interacting with minors inappropriately, from what I know. I don't know the extent of this, but it seems pretty bad. This has been said by Ryan and someone else that was not involved with any side of this drama in a comment on the Ray thread. Of course, maybe you didn't know what he has done, or you're just okay with LJ for some reason, which is pretty hypocritical. Oh, Ryan has done this 4 years ago, and he needs to be cancelled and stuff. But LJ, oh, he's done this to minors, but it's fine. It was years ago. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, okay, I get, like, again, I get if you didn't know, but going after Ryan is just, again, it kind of just shows your colors. Just because you hate this person. And I think that's all I have to say about Zane. This person, Perp. Who is this person? He's an old friend of mine. Are they involved? No, but he got himself involved. And I feel that this would be brought up somewhere in the comments, so I'll just say it here. When Alice made a thread about me, he sprinkled in something against me. And yeah, I'm not gonna deny it, obviously, but I feel that context is needed. The video itself, well, I'll just put it here.
Fortunately, I just got back the results from your Epic Gamer tests, and it looks like the cause of you always being fat, shit, bald, and stanky is because you're simply retarded. Now, this is a very...
You can have your own opinion about the video. I think it's funny, and I don't think it's meant to be serious. It's a stupid video. But for them, if it's like I dropped the N-bomb, but again, your opinion, to think if it's funny or not. He explains I sent the video, and also says a friend of mine called him a predator. Out of respect of my friend, I'm not going to say their name, as they don't want to get involved, and has not posted anything about said people or drama, unlike some other people here. If Perp says who the person is, that's his problem. I'll say the context of predator that my friend told him is left ambiguous. That's what they told me. As predator could mean looking for prey, so you shot yourself in your foot with that. My interpretation of it is that he inhibits some characteristics, I would say. I don't know if that's the right word to use, as he did tell a minor about lust once. We were talking about the 7 deadly sins, and then he went into detail about lust, which is weird. And I think this is more of a major thing. Perp also has stalked my friend, stalking a recent stream and posting a clip of it on Twitter. And also stalking my friend in his server. He got banned on the 16th of March, and funny enough, an account on the same day joined the server. Oh, how would you know that it is him? It could be a fan of my friend's. Well, he couldn't hide it well, as this was a inside joke me and him perp had with another person I'll mention later. Basically just pretending to be Stafford in that one Roblox game and just quoting Stafford lines. And he, and some of the stuff he said in the server, it was pretty obvious it was him. We confronted him, but of course he acts stupid. Of course, there's no definitive proof that it is him. I do have something, if he comes out with it, it'll prove it is him behind it. Of course, only if he wants to expose himself, that's his choice. Now, next thing he says is that I used the same video to harass his friends, which I'll call V and T. They were also old friends of mine, especially V, as we had a good relationship of 4 years, so I knew them pretty personally. After June 2024, something changed in V. They became more of a dick. I don't exactly know what happened in June 2024. I'm guessing it was something of sexual assault, but I really don't know. Only they can confirm. 2025 became worse as they became more horrid to my friend, especially when he invited a minor to our friend group. We had a lot of clashes, and it all came ahead in end of August, beginning September, when the minor disappeared without a trace. And for a month, my friend and I were worried. V became worse, and at the end of September, I had enough, so we argued in the group and we stopped being friends. Even after that, me and my friends were still hoping that we could become friends again. This is just a rough patch. We can all be friends at the end of the day, but around that time also the minor came back from his disappearance. I'll mention this now. The minor is a trans individual going by he him. The minor also is a rape victim, and V, to what I know, is also a sexual assault victim and is also trans. This info that I'm saying right now is important to this person, T, a trans individual herself, she's the girlfriend of V, and basically a yes person or a right hand woman in this case, agreeing with everything V says, basically what a right hand man or woman is. Around mid-November, my friend tells me T had told the minor horrid things, specifically that he deserved to get raped and he will never be a man. Again, T is a trans person dating a trans person who is a SA victim telling a rape victim and a trans person this. Again, you deserve to get raped and you will never be a man. Of course I told V, but she doesn't care. Sweep it under the rug. I've already reached my limit with these people and went to tell a friend's server, Thomas People, which I'll come back to. I haven't mentioned any of the people in that server, so no one knows who they are specifically. They were in, well, one V was in that server, and I didn't care what happened next. I spilled the beans. There was a whole thing, and after that, it was done. She got banned. It wasn't a great night for me and my friend. I was pretty emotional, as losing a friend of 4 years, someone that you kind of grew up with, as I became friends with them in around 2022, 2021. It was just a hard hit for me. And seeing that the person became like this, just heartbreaking. We told Perp, but he didn't believe us and wanted to, quote unquote, stay neutral on this. Yeah, sure, buddy. He also said that they had proof of their innocence, which he hasn't provided. If he wants to, he can, but as of now, he has nothing. I know this is unrelated to all this, but I feel context is needed, as again, I feel this would be brought up somewhere in the comments, or maybe not. And I also feel that this person is also kind of concerning. Again, I'm not an innocent saint, but he isn't also a saint, what he's trying to portray. Again, he's told a minor about lust. He also stalked my friend, and stalked him in my friend's server. And again, quote unquote, trying to stay neutral, while he has shown that he isn't neutral. If you want to stay neutral, then be neutral, or just say I don't want to get involved. Of course, Alice, the person I'll talk about later, doesn't remember all this, but I don't blame her. So, Perp, your friends aren't victims, they're just as horrid. And you're also not a great person yourself. I'm saying this, but again, I'm not trying to portray myself as a good person here. I'm not trying to get brownie points here. I'm just stating everything that's happened. During Ray's Fred being out, Alice made a block list on Instagram, but after people constantly asking her why to block these people and other questions, she made a document which is also pretty shit. Most of the stuff are against Ryan and his friends, which I think, again, is over-exaggerated or a lie. One of that especially makes me angry is the rape claim, which she didn't provide or isn't in any of the 4 links that she provides. Other claims like stealing models and supporting ICE, which, well, many things I told her, and some of the other things, which I think, personally, well, especially those 2, are minor. Stealing models is shitty, and supporting ICE is, I think, is pretty stupid, because, like, my opinion about ICE is I think they're just a bunch of morons in police costumes. I'm not going to go too deep into ICE, but again, your opinion, my opinion is I think they're stupid. And also these claims aren't even aren't mentioned in any of the tweets that were provided. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see them anywhere. So, again, take that with a grain of salt. Like the rape claim. Rape isn't something you can brush off. People won't forget that about someone, and there are plenty of other dramas and cases where a similar claim ruined someone's career, someone's life, and I didn't take that lightly. You can't, you can't just say, oh, someone's a rapist, he's a rapist, when what you provided, there's nothing said about that. And when I talked to her about her doc, she just brushes it off, saying there is enough context, But again, like earlier, there isn't. I pointed out the stuff that made me question it, and I'll say this again here: questioning is not bad. And I feel when you're, when you're like the person that is like made the thing and people question you, you should try to provide what you said. Alice didn't do that and blocked me instead. That is not a good thing. After that, I felt pretty pissed, then left a DM on her DeviantArt. I should have been more calm with what I said to her, but knowing that she was okay with leaving stuff like that in the dock and blocking me just like without responsibility, could you blame me for being angry? Again, you don't make a claim like that and just leave nothing of evidence. There's no evidence. And you blocking me just makes it worse. So, yeah, that's why I was angry. I should have been more calm, but she did this to herself. She was. And I also want to say that she was also hostile to me first. Yeah, she didn't say anything, negative to me, but you can see by her attitude that it's brushing it off. When Ray made her thank you tweet, I tweeted my response about her thread, and I mentioned some of the other people that made threads or docs. Why I mentioned them is just I wanted the group, her and some other people together, even if they worked with each other or not. I didn't care if they did. I was just bringing up names and, saying my opinion. Alice got told by, I think, Zane or something, that I mentioned her, so she made a quote tweet about me. She explains that she has zero involvement in this, as all she did was compile stuff. You are involved by sharing it around and then only got told the private said doc a while later. You were involved with sharing it around. Sharing this information that was over exaggerated and or a lie. That's not good. And also at the end of the tweet, she states, and I quote, what if that's what I am to you, so be it. At least I have 2 girlfriends, I love me. Why this had to be in the tweet is a question I have, but why? I didn't mention them anywhere, and I feel this specific comment does show a little bit of her personality, and yeah, I'll explain it. With me, I'm this feels like an insult to me. Hey, insulting me for basically being a sad mope and not having any girlfriends or partners. Whatever people think of me, when this was relevant, I am a happy person. I don't think I need to state that, but I guess I do, because that's what she thinks of me. And to her and I think it's with her personality. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just guessing here, but I think why she had to state that is because that she herself is not a happy person. And I think that has a lot of things to do with her living in a country, the USA, which right now is a depressing place to live, with, being a person of, said, like, LGBTQ, color, whatever. Yeah, also her being trans, and I'm just guessing again, just dysphoria, the living conditions of being in a country where it's a possibility of getting killed as of recent trans person getting murdered. I don't experience these stuff because I don't live in America. I live in Belgium, and I'm not trans, so I don't experience dysphoria. I don't know if she's going through that, but that's my guess. And I do I don't get these, but I do get that she's angry with that, and I do hope for any individual that they can find solace and peace. But I feel, oh, you can still be respectful to others without being an angry mope yourself. And from personal experiences, I can tell that she, yeah, has that uh, personality. And with this here, especially just illustrating her character. And Alice just trying to make herself look happy doesn't help her. Because one, I already made fun of her for making that comment. And two, I feel it's unneeded. Like if this wasn't brought up, I wouldn't have brought this up. I'll continue now, before I go into a tirade. And the third tweet that the next tweet she makes is the reason why she blocked me. Back in September of 2025, I made a joke about the LA riots at the time, which I regret making. This is not an excuse I'm making. Like, literally, the proof is there. I made a horrible joke, and I got called out for it. And yeah, I do understand why. And for the record, I did apologize. I couldn't apologize to her personally, because she blocked me. But I did apologize in the server, I think in the vent channel, if I remember correctly. And yeah, again, I felt bad. I sometimes don't think of what I say. It's not an excuse. I should know. I'm already 18. I should know not to make these types of jokes. And I don't think of the consequences of what I say. Again, it's not an excuse. I'm an adult now, and I should not. Yeah. But after September, she unblocked me, which to me makes it seem that she was okay with me again. Again, I apologize. Not everyone does have to take the apology, but I think she did at the time, and I thought we were on good terms. And of course now we're not on good terms. And then, yeah, she brought this up, and I think, why? Like, literally, I thought this was behind us, but she still holds a grudge against me, and then brings this out to make me look worse than, I am. Yeah, I made a fucking horrible joke, which I regret making, and I, again, apologized. And then, when I made an apology a couple weeks later, she unblocked me, and I thought we were good. And then using it against me is just petty as fuck. I thought we were on good terms, but oh, I guess not. You were still holding that grudge and just pulled it out to make me look bad. The seventh tweet is the friend that I quote-unquote involved, which I'll also not say their name, but Alice has said their name somewhere in the thing, but don't hunt for this person or something, please. I guess I'll talk to them directly. I only told them what you were doing and to the people themselves. I'm more disappointed in your choice, but can't blame you. I should have talked to you better. I should have explained differently. Hey, Alice, like I talked to Alice about the doc she made, and instead of doing this, she was snarky, and when I pointed this stuff out, she blocked me, which I think is pretty worrying, something along those lines. I should have done better, but we're right now here. But I also think that you were manipulated in a way, as I was banned from Thomas People before you messaged me. And I think Alice told you stuff, and I think she misconstrued it in a way to make me look worse, and, to make her case better than mine. I don't have proof of this, but I can speculate, and that's what I think is the truth. Of course, Alice and maybe the person themselves will deny that, but you can believe what you believe. I can believe what I can believe. You're one of the sweetest people I knew, and I don't hate you vehemently, unlike Alice with me. And I do hope that we can maybe be friends in the future again, but that seems unlikely. The insults that I made, well, yeah, with the trolling and stuff, if I remember correctly, I only insulted Alice, and I think Zane, but that's more like a mind fuckery game of insults than calling them stinky poos or something like that, stupid insults. The insult with Alice, with the video I made, again, like I said earlier, I made fun of her because with the girlfriend comment, I think it was stupid. And then also, when she made the quote tweet, I said that her girlfriends were imaginary, and to those girlfriends, I don't have anything against you both. I don't even know you both mutually or that much. I just only said that just to rile her up, so sorry to those two. I don't have anything against you both. And while you're saying this, you also, with this thing with trying to be innocent, you literally also insulted me earlier with saying that I am a sad mope because I don't have girlfriends or boyfriends, which is pretty funny. Again, you didn't need to add that, and you could have had a case for yourself that, you didn't do anything against me, but in the same tweet you say this, you insulted me earlier with the girlfriend's comment. So, trying to act innocent while you're also equally not as good. And then the eighth thing with making this public, it was already public. And again, you were sharing this around. Zane was also, I wouldn't say, I don't know what's the right word, promoting. Rai already made this public, so, what's your point? And moving on, yeah, again, moving on, Zane could move on from a 4-year-old thing. And if some people can't move on, then I can also not move on, or willing to move on. And why I haven't moved on is because this is something serious. I think you can't just lie about this stuff and just get away with it. And then the last thing of getting kicked at the server, which I'll not. Well, I only dropped the name Thomas People, but I won't reveal the person's name. Funny enough, they did censor the person's name, but then mention the person's name later, which is again, what you're trying to do, make it public, right? Not to get them involved, or are you trying to get them involved? And inappropriate jokes that I make. I do have a history of making inappropriate jokes, and I do know that I do overstay the welcome of those jokes. But you can also, multiple people have said this to me, but you can also just tell me. I'll bring this up later with inappropriate jokes. Ninth is that is on you. You were given. With multiple chances, I did take those chances, especially after September. I did, but apparently not. I try to be on your good side. I try to be, on your good side, but with me, with me just bringing it up to you that I blew everything off. You were the one who blew everything off. I told you, hey, like, you made this doll, could you show me some of the evidence? And then you were like, oh no, there's enough context. What do you mean? There's millions of context. Like, I asked for basic stuff. And then when I pointed also the stuff out, you blocked me. You could have easily just told me something else, or we could have had a good conversation, but no. Blocking is the easiest part, and making me look bad is also easy, because you already hated me at that point. You already hated me before September. I'm like you hated me very much, and this drama was just an opportunity for you to kick me out of Thomas people. Yeah, like, again, I'm theorizing here, but I feel like that's the truth. You hated me already, and this drama was just an opportunity for you to get me out of the server and make my name bad, make me look bad. And that's, like, really petty of you. And I feel it maybe shows your colors, because you're willing to not give a fuck if any of the things were true or not. And when people have come to you saying, hey, like me, I said, hey, I don't believe this entirely, and I don't think that's wrong. Like I said, like I've already said this, this is like the one thing I say, like I say earlier. Like I've already said, it's not bad when in these types of dramas you question the stuff. That's good. Because, like, believing it immediately, it's not a good thing. You have to scrutinize it a little bit. You have to look at it yourself and think, is this true or not? Is it credible? Is it, actually important? And then, like, these people don't want to be honest and don't want to give me what I'm asking, context. It's like the one thing that's bad to ask. You'll get ridiculed and blocked for asking simple things, which is ridiculous. And the last thing she would tweet is that she's moving on, whatever. And also, like, with Ray, I think, like, you're calling me a clout chaser, but I think Ray is, because, again, with what I said earlier, they didn't make a proper thread, they weren't being honest, all of that. And like these two, specifically Zane and Alice, just being okay with this, because, like, these people, they hate these people, so, let's put their name for the mud, like, who cares? And I'll, I guess, explain it here with the inappropriate jokes, which I'll come back to, but I'll explain myself. With inappropriate jokes with me, I'll be honest, I do overstay my welcome with inappropriate jokes. I think some people will say that about me. But with inappropriate jokes, you can tell me that you're uncomfortable with it, or that it's overstated welcome. You can tell me, and I'll stop. But, like, it's like a hard thing to do that as well, like, giving context. Is it really, like, you're an adult, you're 21, I should know this myself, of course, but sometimes I don't get the memo. And, you have to tell the person, then just leaving it open and then using it against me. I would rather that you are honest, and you're brutally honest, than just leaving it wide open like that, because it doesn't help anyone by just leaving it in the air. Then you have the second tweet. I'll come back to inappropriate jokes later. Then the second thread coming after my trolling campaign with the video. It's a repeat of the first thread, but with, new stuff. The second tweet of it, I'm going to admit I was wasting my time. And saying that I am a draining person. Yeah, that's your opinion. But again, and you can tell me. And like the sentiment carried by a lot of people, I can count off my finger which people they are. in Thomas people specifically. Yeah, I'm not gonna like some of them, not all of them, of course. I have specific people in mind, but I'll out of respect, I won't say their names as I don't want to get more people involved, and as I already, with respect, at least I have some decency to not say their names. Again, and then also I'll say about Thomas people, I don't think that place is like from I think 4 years I've been there, I feel like it has become less and less of a welcoming place. And I would say myself, I haven't been much active there, especially after September. Joined a couple voice chats. I don't even remember making much of inappropriate jokes. I think after. Maybe I may be wrong. They can bring up the evidence, but like, yeah, those people also make inappropriate jokes. So, also I'm the bad egg apparently, while everybody else is the good ones. Also, like again, like the unwelcoming. I felt so unwelcome there after September, and even I think before that as well. Oh, and yeah, being less active as well. Yeah, I just feel like Thomas People has become a different place than it was a couple of years ago. I wouldn't want to join it again, to be honest. I just would only join just for the memories I made there. I called out literal pedophiles and Nazis, and somehow I'm the bad guy. Well, no, not necessarily, Alice, because, calling these people out is actually a good thing. The problem is, again, most of the evidence is over-exaggerated or not true. Oh, the only pedophiles you called out is Ryan. But, again, he has reformed, in my opinion. And the stuff that is quote-unquote against him is like very convenient for them. Again, like with the NSW inches, there's only 2 of that of characters that are minors. It's not good, but it's like 2 instances. If it was more than that, then I would believe it. And Nazis, when the only evidence is them making stupid, edgy Nazi jokes, and then one person having Heinrich Himmler as their name, I don't think it's like a Call of Duty lobby. I don't think these are just edgy people. And yeah, they have set themselves that they're not as, innocent. But they don't have these ideologies. They're not Nazis, they're not neo-Nazis. They just make stupid, edgy jokes. And then people take these stupid jokes too seriously. And then with the last thing, somehow in your mind I am a bad person for calling out Numpty. I don't give a fuck. I get you called out, but it's how you called them out. Well, it wasn't, again, it wasn't truthful. They have reformed. And it's how you, the document you made. You were willingly not being truthful, in my opinion. You just went along with it, so it fits your narrative. I hate these people. I don't care, especially with the rape claim. I don't care if it's true. Let's just say they are, end of the day. And again, I'll say this here also, why I'm defending these people, I know what they did. I'm not oblivious. I know what they did. The thing is, why I'm defending them is because the thing is very, the threads, it was one-sided. No one asked them. I literally talked to them. No one asked them if this was true or not. No one did. Everybody just took Ray's tweets and just believed it. And none of them could have defended themselves because none of them have Twitter. Some of them do, but most don't. And I have a good reason why they don't, because Twitter's a hellhole of a place. Calling out people like this, if you're not sensationalizing it, it's fine. But with what Ray has done, what you have contributed, is not okay. And again, I'm defending these people because I think it was unfair, not because I'm ignoring what they did. I know what they did. I'm just saying, I feel like you need to know both sides before you can make your opinion. I did that mistake as well, until I talked to them. And, learning all of what I learned. And then this tweet, again, saying that I'm for every bad person and blah blah blah. And then this tweet, which yeah, the prediction is correct. I don't think it's how you expect it to be. And then the last thing she would post to me is, "Goodbye, go fight, pedophile. You're defending something useless." Which is pretty ballsy of her, calling me a pedophile. And she can willy-nilly pull out the pedophile card. If she wants to do that, so why can't I? Oh, Jan, what? What do you have against Alice? Alice is a innocent, good person. She hasn't done anything pedophilic or bad. Well, this image would explain differently. About, I think 3 years ago, Alice would send me this in her DMs. Funny enough, it's her first message to me. I haven't responded to her first. And in my opinion of the image, I think it's funny. I'm not offended by it. It's a silly, funny tweet. No, funny image. And yeah. But the thing is, 3 years ago, I was 14 at the time, and she was 17. And when this was posted, she was going to be an adult in about a month. And it's like, when you're going to be an adult, I feel like you should be more careful with what you post to minors. And even if she was 17 at the time, she was still going to be an adult in 4 weeks. And this does make her look bad. And I was going to be 15 that year, but again, you're sending a minor a image that has NSFW context behind it, and it isn't savory for you. And if I really wanted to, with this image, I could have spun the story around, and I could have made you look bad. I could have said, "Hey guys, Alice sent me this 3 years ago when I was a minor, and she was going to be an adult. Alice the pedophile, could you please cancel her, because she doesn't deserve to be on this platform, because she did this to me, blah blah blah, sub story. Okay, get Alice the pedophile out of here." And I'll say, yeah. But at least I'm decent enough to say that I don't think she is a pedophile, but I do think if she wants to call me a pedophile, then I have my right to call her one, if I really wanted to. Again, she isn't, but this doesn't make her look good. And you might be also saying right now, "But Jan, this was 3 years ago. Why bring it up now? Why be petty and bring this up? This was 3 years ago." She brought up something months ago, which I thought was behind us. And how I found the image is, I just went through her DMs, just like I felt bored. And then I went through the messages, the voice acting stuff and whatever. And then I see that. And she brought herself into this is because she brought up something months ago. She was petty. If she wants to be petty, then I can be petty. I can bring something from years ago up. And if I really wanted to, I could have made her look worse with this. But I am decent right now, and I'm saying, that she should be more careful around minors. They'll send NSFW context memes to people that are under 18. And I think that's everything I have to say about all of this. And what's the takeaway you should have? What's the takeaway from this video? When you're getting into this type of drama, when you're making a thread about someone, please be very open. Be very truthful. Don't cookie cut anything. And don't be the good guy. Because in this type of shit, there is no good guy or bad guy. It's a whole confuckery of, people that are not great. And also, with this type of drama, I feel also biases shouldn't be involved. Also, be open to questions and stuff. If I not say, oh, like, no, because there's not enough context. Just try to give it. And people that are going into this drama as, like me, when I saw all of this, be very critical, be mindful. Don't go into this one sided. Get the story of everybody first, and then make your conclusions. And yeah, don't be biased and stuff. Have the stuff first, and then make your conclusions later. And be very respectful and serious. And I hope that's everything I have to say of all of this stupid bullshit from months ago. I'm happy that I'm finally done with this, and I can just get this out now. And I hope that the next thing I do is more lighthearted and I don't have to talk about, like, again, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And if I have to make a next video, I don't know what I would say, because everything I've said right now, I've already said. I guess a response maybe, but I just want to leave this in the past. And also, don't cancel these people or something. It doesn't help anything. You can have your opinion about them and stuff. I don't care what happens to them. I don't even care what happens to me. If this does does get attention, then okay, cool. But if it doesn't, then yeah, I don't really mind. I'm just happy that if someone is willing to listen to me, then that's great. That's really showing of what person you are, and you're willing to actually listen and not let biases take you over. Now, I hope the people that I've mentioned, they hopefully will get better, but I have low doubts about that. Because some of them are still, especially Ray, because I remember seeing a comment she made, oh, this person did this. And again, you literally said, discredit what I said. So, yeah. Again, just be careful with these dramas, and be open-minded. Have a good day.